Good afternoon. Welcome back to Trail Talk. If you were watching the first time, we had some technical difficulties around here, and since we are not exactly your techno gurus in this place, it took us a minute. But thank you for tuning back in. We are here at the Chisholm Trail Heritage Center live in Duncan, Oklahoma with Fame Academy students, Rhett and Slayer. And we love we love it when your art arrives. When y'all's art arrives in these boxes, it's like Christmas around here. We just like start going through and unwrapping everything. It's just so much fun and so exciting. This is Youth Art Month. The whole month of March is Youth Art Month. And Fame, Ms. Russell, how long have you guys been bringing art here for Youth Art Month?
Probably over 10, probably 15 years.
Yeah.
As long as I think you guys have been doing it.
Yeah, for years and years, Fame has participated. And for like the last 4 years or so, we have had the pleasure of talking to some of the students from Fame Academy. Fame, which is located out by Meridian, it's part of the Comanche public school system. And so if you watch the short one that's gone, just disregard. We're going to rerun a little bit, but if this is your first viewing, Slayer, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Slayer Morris. This is my second year here at the art show. And I was born here in Duncan, Oklahoma, and I was moved all over throughout my elementary years, but I settled down in Comanche around like 9th grade or 8th grade. And I started going to Fame. I really didn't want to go to school, honestly, because how much I struggled with it in my past. And I went down to Comanche and I talked to Mr. Dunham, and he looked up my school records and he was like, well, the way it looks, he was like, I have a place I think you'll really like. And he said, you need to go down there and check it out. It's called Fame Academy. It's off Old Highway 81. And I went down there and I talked to Miss Russell for a couple hours. I think it was maybe an hour, 30 minutes. And we looked around the school and I talked to her and she told me what class I would be in. And I showed up the next day and I just excelled ever since. I'd done my freshman and my sophomore year in the same year, my first year. And then I did my junior year last year. And this is my senior year now. I'm about to graduate.
Wow. Wow. And so after graduation, do you have plans for what's going to come next?
I started going to Botech this year for auto collision. I'm repainting cars and doing body work. And after I graduate, I'll be doing that for another year. And then hopefully I'll be able to find a career through that. Do the same thing I did with Fame, just excel through that.
Right, right. So to keep going in auto collision, is that to earn a certain certificate or
yes,
something like that?
Certifications.
Okay.
For like, I have one for detailing, MIG welding, body work, and refinishing, which is painting. And then there's something else, but I can't remember what it is, but I have quite a few certifications right now.
Right. So you're already kind of marketable.
Yeah, because I've already done all of my iCards, so I practically have most of my certifications.
So you're just gonna hone your craft, make yourself more, I don't know, more better. That's not right. The right way.
More valuable.
More valuable. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I love it. Sounds great. Okay, Rhett, it's your turn.
Well, my name is Rhett Butler. I was originally from Lexington, Oklahoma. Me and my family moved down here in like 2007. I never really had any luck in the public school systems. And I'd say I was 15. If I was really struggling, I didn't have any school to go to. Same thing about Slayer. I wasn't really good in school. I wasn't like all the other kids. And then I went and talked to Miss Russell, and that's whenever my whole life changed. And I felt like I actually found somewhere where I belonged.
Awesome. Okay, that's great. So what about Fame made it feel like you belong? What happened?
The teachers are about the best thing about everything about Fame. They care about everything. Lunches are good, everything. They treat you good.
Hey,
Make sure you're fed, they give you snacks,
Give you
make sure you got
snacks.
something to drink.
okay, okay, this place, yeah, I think it sounded better and better all the time. Good food in the deal. So, you are a junior, is that right? Kind of, what did your future looking like as far as
I'm gonna
what
be
your
a
plans?
welder.
An underwater welder?
Yes,
A lot of money there.
Wow, so like with scuba equipment and all that stuff and you,
Yeah, well, not like bridges and stuff like
that's, I'm having a little claustrophobia
yeah, it
thinking
does take.
about it. So what kind, like, what skills do you have now and what other things will you have to acquire to be eligible to do that?
I'm gonna have to get my welding certification at first. I'm already learning how to weld for my brother, not from Bowtech or anything.
Right,
Next year, I should be doing Bowtech and welding, so that should be whenever I get my welding certification.
okay. So have you ever gone scuba diving
Yes,
and you like it?
yes,
Awesome,
it's very fun.
okay. There's something about that mask and that thing in the mouth that I
I feel like
just,
super
that.
confident.
you feel like
feel like
Superman? Dude, there's someone for every career. Someone has the skill set to do everything. So I'm excited. That sounds like, it sounds kind of like a fun Superman with a welding torch. I mean,
Because one of the fish all the time.
right, yeah. Spark. So what kind of welding thing works? Do the sparks, I mean, does it work underwater?
Yeah.
I never even thought
They have
about
some
that.
water welders. I'm not too sure like what materials they use, but I think it's like, I can't remember what it's called.
Interesting.
There's specific rods that you have to
Yeah.
use.
Right, okay, okay. Mhm.
Yeah, so they don't get that explode.
So would your goggles like have the dark,
They'd be
Thing
self-
just like-
They would be
uh-huh.
like, so it'd be clear whenever you
It'd
go
be-
down, but as soon as it.
It'd
Like
be light like
flashes.
right before you start to weld, but as soon as the arc flashes, it will go in.
oh, so they react
Mhm.
to the light.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Boy, my brain is just racing now, thinking about underwater welding. That is so cool. Okay, we should get back to the art. Okay, so, well, I told you we were gonna talk about this. So last year, guys, if you saw this last year, you know there was a lot of tribute made to Miss Pace because she was retiring and everyone was really sad to see her go.
I was really upset.
I mean, I think we were all a little bit teary-eyed.
I didn't
honestly.
even know until like a month before the end of school, so I was just really upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, we were very sad, me included, last year. And surprise of all surprises, Miss Pace came back this year.
First day of school and seen her, and I was really excited.
That is,
I was really happy.
I mean, I love it. So, Glenna Pace did not fully, well, did you actually retire? No. So
She had the party, the cake, the pizza, and the punch instead.
and stay. You know what?
I think that might be.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. So anyway, we're thrilled that Miss Pace is back, and you guys must be. Were you doing the art already
Yes, ma'am.
before? So have you brought pieces
Yes,
over here
for
before?
3 years.
Did you say that already?
Uh,
Oh, okay. All right. I
He's
was
been-
hoping I did
This is his first year like here, but
to be a part of the interview.
but he has sent us art like the
So
past-
you were able to dodge that
Mhm.
for a couple of
Yeah.
years.
it's okay.
Reined you in this time. So, what is it about your art class that you enjoy so much?
Learning how to make new things.
So do you feel like you have like this creativity inside you and you really want a way to express it, or?
Miss Pace definitely brings out the creativity in everybody.
Yeah,
I can
like
say
even if like you go into her class and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't feel creative, and she's like, well, you're gonna do it because it's gonna come out great, and then you end up doing it anyways, and it
always
comes out
sounds good.
good.
Wow. So she doesn't just,
She motivates.
give you the steps or the materials. She motivates you and she gives you the encouragement you need
Yes.
to be successful and take something all the way to completion, right? Yeah, so, how do you think, like, did you guys ever take art classes in high school before?
I took some in middle school
Uh-huh.
and elementary school. And I was okay at it, but I just never really had an art teacher like Miss Pace, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's probably the best art teacher I've ever had, honestly.
Right, right. I'm sure probably all you guys would agree. She is above and beyond. Yes, exactly. So what is it about having an art class do you think that kind of completes your curriculum at Fame? Because it's not traditional. You're not doing traditional kind of things like, you know, kids who would go to Duncan High School or community high school or whatever. How do you think the art program works into that? What does that do for you?
I feel like my art helps me in my day-to-day life, especially with what I'm doing at Botech and painting and doing body work and stuff. I mean, it's kind of the same process. You can't make any mistakes. You got to make sure everything's perfect, you know?
Mm-hmm. Really details, learn about all the.
It helps me a lot, really, with everyday, like day-to-day basis things.
Right. What about you, Brad? You don't have a. Oh, no, that's okay. I was just wondering how you think art works into the curriculum at Fame. Why is that such a big part of your day there when, you know,
I could say a lot of different things, but the main thing is it calms me down.
Yes,
That's
it
the weirdest thing
releases,
about
it releases
If
a lot
you-
of my stress.
If you're having like a really bad day and you go into Miss Pace's class and you say you just want to make something because you're not having a good day, she'll let you do whatever you want and it'll always come out good. Perfect.
That I think that is such a profound statement about Fame, because it doesn't, you guys are not just learning curriculum, you know, you're not just learning things from books that you have to graduate, but you have a place where you can kind of just let out your stress and relax. And there are I know a lot of students who attend your school, like sometimes like home isn't great, or there are extenuating circumstances maybe that have brought you to Fame. And so to have a place where you can just let that out and be creative at the same time.
That's great.
And I feel like that's the big difference between Fame and a public school, because a lot of public schools, you can't really relax or decompress or tell people how you feel without everybody knowing, you know what I mean?
True.
I feel like Fame is just like, I don't know, it's a lot different.
It's a big family.
Yeah.
Big family and a successful, an atmosphere that creates success. I feel like it definitely lends itself to young people finding success.
I've seen a lot of our students that have came out of Fame and they're graduating with bachelors out of college, have big careers, and are doing really well with their life. So I think Fame is a very great school.
And I mean, Miss Russell, right? She's the mom. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You know, not every teacher is made, has the personality
For their courage.
or the courage. That's good. Yeah. To take, I mean, to lead a
Deal
school
with that many
like that.
students, I mean, I couldn't imagine.
How many students are there?
It's pretty small, but I mean, we still got a good chunk. We still got a good chunk.
60, right? 60? That does seem like a lot of students.
For how big our building is, it's a good chunk.
And what grade? Like, what's the lowest grade? The youngest freshman. So it's high school.
Yeah, freshman.
High school students.
Freshman to senior.
That's quite a few. That's impressive. I didn't realize that. Is this your largest enrollment now?
That's about what it is.
It's about what it stays. Yeah.
We get to pick the best students.
The best 60
You get the
students
best.
available. So what
It's
is?
funny because the public schools will send us down there thinking we're the troublemakers. When we end up being good, some of the best kids.
Well, you know, I just feel like when there's that different environment and those different daily expectations and the different opportunities that a place like Fame can offer, then it's a recipe for success. It's a recipe for you guys finding a non-traditional way to graduate from high school so you can go on with
Yes.
a career or a bachelor's. I mean, go to college and graduate from college, you know, because college is not like high school either. You know, it's very different the way you attend class and the expectations and all that, you know, it's different. So what is your favorite class? And I mean, if it's not art, you don't have to say art because Miss Pace is here.
Well,
But is it? Okay.
Yeah. I love my teacher, Mr. Bowles, and he is a wonderful teacher as well.
Mhm.
And I don't know where I would be without him either, but I would say art is my favorite class because it's helped me a lot.
What does Mr. Bowles teach?
Mr. Bowles, he's teach me everything. He's teach me a lot since
He-
I've been there.
Will he teach every subject?
Yeah.
Is that, oh, okay.
Yeah, he knows just about anything, I feel like.
Oh,
He's a very smart man. He's
That's,
wise too. He'll teach you the right thing to do.
so not just book
Yeah. Not
information.
just, not just book smarts, he'll teach you life information too. I think he's put my head on straight, because whenever I first started going into his class, I was all over the place, and he's helped me a lot. I don't know where I would be without him.
That's awesome. What about you?
Art is my favorite class because it does calm me down a lot, but like Slayer was saying, my teacher, Mr. Hawkins, we do have two different teachers, but they do teach every subject, so we stay in like our own group.
Okay.
I don't know where I'd be with Mr. Hawkins without him.
I feel like Mr. Hawkins is the same way as Mr. Bowles.
Mr. Hawkins has been there since the first day I went to.
Mm.
He's never let me down. He's never turned me away. Even if I was mad, he still would talk to me.
Miss Percival too, she's a wonderful teacher as well. And I mean, she does bus driving too, so I couldn't even imagine how stressful that is.
Right.
But she's the same way, man. It's just all the teachers. I don't know where I would be without any of them.
I love it. I just love hearing this, you guys as students, you know, the ones benefiting from the academy, being able to be so positive and sing its praises. You know, I mean, what a great gem of a school. What a great place that is available to students. And do students have to be in the Comanche School District?
Comanche, Walters, Eureka, Belmont, and Ryan.
Okay, so a pretty wide.
Yes, so they got it on their buses.
Okay,
Pick it up.
wow.
We all get along.
Everybody gets along. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, let's talk about art. Okay, you guys each mentioned your favorite teacher, and I believe you each made a special piece of art for your favorite teacher. So we'll talk about those pieces last. So I see that you brought mosaics, Brett. Is that kind of your favorite? Is that your go-to?
Yeah, they're just like the most difficult thing to make, in my opinion. So
They are very frustrating, tedious.
Yes.
So what is it about kind of explain the process? How does it work?
First, you have to put the sealant on the wood so the glue will stick to it and all that. And then you just start gluing down pieces and cutting pieces and little bits.
So do you have a drawing somewhere, or is it just in your head?
You sand the board down, and then you'll pick out a design. I picked this one out on Google, and
Okay.
I sent it to Miss Pace, and she printed it out. And then I shaded the back of it in with graphite, and then I taped it down on the front of the board, and then traced down the design, and then I filled that in with the tiles.
Okay.
It's
And what about, is that kind of how you do the same process?
yes.
So is there just like these tubs of all of these
Different
colored
tiles you
tiles?
can pick up. Yeah.
And how is it that you get them in little pieces? Do you have a special tool?
Yeah, we've got some tile cutters. They look kind of like wire cutters, but they're brain cutters.
Mm-hmm. Is it hard? Does it sometimes break, or can you?
Sometimes it'll jam up a little bit, but if you like re-straighten them or re-correct them, it'll usually do what you want it to.
And so like, I love this turtle. I think that the colors you picked and everything about it, it's beautiful. So what was it, why did you pick to, like, the colors for the shell?
I kind of just went off the thought in the back of my head, if that makes sense. I just went with my gut feeling when I just did it, just like I did the different colors of blue for the water.
Right, which is, I mean, super creative, you know, water's not just one color,
Yeah,
that, you
so
know.
Get a bunch of light reflections and stuff.
Yes, exactly, and it just turned out really beautiful. There's a girl who works here who loves turtles, and I thought, I can only imagine what she thought when she saw that turtle. And so this front piece, that's the piece that you made for Mr.
Yes.
Hawkins, right?
It's currently in construction.
It's right, it's not a completed
I could
piece.
not imagine how much time that took you. Cause I would sit
Yeah,
there.
it's been a little bit.
So it's a bird, is
It's
it
a hawk,
it's
Mr.
a
Hawkins.
hawk for Mr. Hawkins, which first of all, what a great, perfect, right? Did you just freehand that bird?
I got Miss Pace to print it off for me, and I did the same process Slayer did.
Okay, and then, so you just cut those little pieces of tile to make it look like the feathers?
Yes.
Because, I mean, it's
hard to
very,
get.
and that's a little, yeah, I'm trying to get it. Yeah, don't go closer, adjust the other thing. You know, it's not getting any clearer. We're trying, guys, for you guys to be able to see this thing. Well, you can kind of tell though. You can see the tips of the wings there and the tail feathers. I mean, it's really awesome. But it's not finished because you have to, what is it you need to finish?
Just stuff on the inside of the cracks, like you see how there's like
Yes.
this bigger wrap and stuff, it's called grout. And you basically put it over the top of it just to finish it off and make it look complete. And
so are you going with white on all of it?
Yes.
Is that and to set off the black feather looking?
Yes.
That's gonna look so cool. It's gonna be awesome. So, oh, there we go. That looks a lot clearer. Was it supposed to be a surprise?
It was, but then I kind of got too excited about it. Show my teacher. It looks so big, and I had to show them.
All of these were supposed to be surprises, but I was like, these are too nice. I gotta put
Yeah, listen, I agree. You guys do some great work. So tell us about which piece did you make for Mr. Bowles? This one right here. So what is it about this?
His favorite football team is the Tulsa Tornadoes or Twisters. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, Hurricanes.
But Hurricanes.
Yeah, Hurricane. Yeah, that's it. Some kind of weather phenomenon.
It's a really small school, so I don't really watch their team. But yeah, he wanted me to make one of these for him, so I made it, and I got like halfway through, and I was like doing the front with the black, and I didn't think I was gonna have enough to do the edges, and I clearly didn't. I didn't have enough to fill in over here either, so I got some white to throw it off and pop from the middle. Yes. And then I got the red and yellow to go with the inside of the banner. So it turned out pretty good.
It turned out really good. So what made you have the idea to crack some of those, or? Because that's a really nice touch. I mean, it really adds.
I did it on my art piece last year, my Oklahoma State mosaic, and I did it on that one. And so I thought I would do it on this one because I hung the one I did last year on my wall, and I thought it looked really good. So I thought I would do the same design on here. Yeah, I like that. It's a great touch. So, do you have other pieces that you're still working on? Because it suddenly occurred to me that you're not going to have an art class to go to after school this year. What do you do? I don't know. I think I'm going to invest in some of this stuff. I'm going to buy like some boards and tiles and some grout, and I was looking into like little kilns that can take like one piece, you know, to where I can do like single pieces and put them in there, and then maybe Miss Pace was talking about she thinks I could make really good success selling my pieces on eBay, and I really thought about it, and That's what I've been thinking about doing.
Exactly, eBay,
It's like
Etsy,
side career.
there's all kinds of little side hustles
Yeah,
that you could do.
Sell some art pieces for a side hustle.
Oh, love it. I love to hear you guys talking. So, this you told me is a noodle bowl.
Yes, ma'am. I made it for my significant other.
Ah, okay.
She loves ramen, so thought I'd make her a ramen bowl.
Well, that is awesome. I love the leaves.
Yeah, that was Miss Pace's idea actually, because I made the bowl and then I put this leaf on the inside, and she was like, "Well, why don't we make you a little stamp, a leaf stamp to put all over the inside?" And I was like, "That's a really good idea."
So how did you make that stamp?
I traced it out on like it wasn't cardboard. What was it? Mat board.
Oh,
I
okay.
traced it out on there, and I cut it out with an X-Acto knife, and then stamped it on there. I stamped it like one way, and then I turned it the other.
Right. Yeah. And that randomness makes it really, it looks really great like that. I love that. And this little elephant.
I also made that for my significant other.
Yeah. You're a gift
Practically
giver.
these front three are all for her.
Okay.
So
Lucky
I
girl.
made this one for her rings. She can hang her rings up here, and then she can put her necklaces or whatever she wants in here.
Very smart. Listen, people buy stuff like this all the time, these little usable kind of things like
Catch a
this.
ball or something.
Yeah. And then this.
That thing took like 3 or 4 weeks to make. It took
Really?
forever, yeah. Cause I made the cup at first, and I told Miss Pace I didn't really like the way it was turning out, because it looked kind of boring to me, you know. It was just bland. It was just a coffee mug.
Right.
And then I started looking through on Google, and I found one that it was something else. It was some type of other animal on the side of it. And I thought she really likes octopuses, so I thought I would do an octopus. And I started out with making just the body of it, and I scratch and slip that on there. And then I individually made the tentacles, and then I turned the handle into a tentacle.
Yes, I saw that, like the underside of the suction cup
Yeah.
things. That is a great touch. I mean, this is very cool.
That octopus, it took me a minute to get it to take like the shape, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying, because
It does
it's not like
features.
you look at that and go, oh, what is that?
Yeah,
You know exactly what it is. You really nailed it
yeah.
on
I think I
that.
had it right on the nose.
For sure. For sure. So, what do you guys, like, what do you think about having your art out in this art show for people to come and see?
I really enjoy it. I think it's great for people to come up here, and I like for people to look at my stuff, because over the summer I'd show some of my friends and some of the people I grew up with the stuff that I made through Fame, and they just didn't even believe that I made it. Like, they couldn't believe I made it. But I've put a lot of effort and time into it, and I'm really happy with the way my stuff comes out.
Oh, I absolutely, Slayer. I 100% agree. You're a real artist, making these things. What about you, Red? How does it make you feel to have your things out and know that people come through?
I mean, it makes me a little nervous, but sometimes it
Yeah,
makes me happy, because I know people look at my stuff and like, dang, you did that?
Right,
That's
right.
in the back of my head, I'm like, pat myself on the back. But yeah, it makes me really happy, proud.
it does make me sad.
Have you ever thought of doing anything, do you do ceramic kind of work too?
Yes.
You do? Do you just prefer?
Yeah, I just prefer this. I did the pottery last year.
Okay, so is there anything that you haven't tried that you sometimes think, I wish I
Drawing.
I heard that you have drawing.
Yeah,
Do you like that or not?
it's okay. It's a work in progress.
Well, some
I'll get
people
better
are
at it.
some people are just better at doing other types of art. I mean, look around this room, there's all sorts of skills, and people just have
I
different.
didn't even know what that was.
That's like what that type of art? Yeah, there's some pointillism back here that he's talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's just anyway, you guys have done such a great job, and I am so glad that you agreed to Brett, especially Slayer, was whole-handed this, to come and, be our guest today on Trail Talk, because I think it's important for our viewers to, first of all, know that Youth Art Month is happening, that your art will be here for anyone to come and see for this whole month. And just to see the talent, the skill level, and then that we get to talk about fame, you know, and that people who aren't familiar with fame get a chance to hear from you guys what it's really all about.
That's really what I want to do. I want to spread the word to other people that were stuck in my situation. And I feel like fame has always got open arms for kids that need help.
Yes, for sure. And Miss Russell, Miss Payne, Mr. Hawkins, Mr. Bowles, Miss
And Mr. Dunham's down there now too.
Mr.
So
Dunham.
we got Mr. Dunham down there. We brung him and the dog down there.
Well, listen, guys, thank
Can I
you.
mention the Oklahoma Arts Council real quick?
Yes,
Because,
absolutely.
you know,
We need
a lot of
a
schools,
big shout out.
their art is, you know, supported through just the regular funds of the district, but our art program is funded through the Oklahoma Arts Council. Through grants, we got 3 different grants, and so that pays for everything. So I definitely want to give a shout out to the Oklahoma Arts Council.
Absolutely. We will make sure and tag them too on this post, because yes, Oklahoma Arts Council, they're friends of ours around here. They sponsor so many of our activities that we do. So yes, Oklahoma Arts Council, that it's wonderful that they are able to help you guys out so much. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming. Will you guys be able to come to the reception?
When is tomorrow?
Tomorrow at from 4:30 to 6:30.
4:30 to 6:30. I'm gonna tell my Bowtech instructor too, because he was interested after I told him.
Yes, for
He
sure.
said he used to take a bunch of art classes and he wants to come over here and look at our stuff, so.
Awesome, very
we
good.
thought it'd be open for the month.
What about you, Red?
I'll be here.
You will be? All right. Well, listen, that reception is open to the public, free of charge. You can come in and see Red and Slayer's art, as well as all of the other Fame Academy students who brought pieces, and we have works from other schools around the area. Some homeschool students brought art. So our featured artist room is packed.
Yeah,
This year we are packed with art, and it's just so fun to look at
a
everything.
lot of new stuff.
It for sure. So please join us tomorrow from 4:30 to 6:30. It'll be come and go. We'll have refreshments and all that fun stuff too. So you guys come and have a little snack. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's not to like about that?
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Relaxing.
So anyway, thanks for watching today. And when we sign off, we always say happy trails.
All
All
right.
right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you all soon.
Happy
Happy trails.